So my name is Johanna Holloman, and I welcome you to our little video clip that's called Yoga for Bodyworkers, and it addresses today the alignment of the shoulders, which from experience a lot of bodyworkers know, and the ones that we train internationally very often have this problem that if they are performing massage and especially deeper pressure, they develop some chronic problems in the shoulders. The very problems we try to heal in our clients, we start to develop if we don't pay attention to a proper shoulder alignment. So today I will show you some yoga poses to open the shoulder girdle and to create and cultivate that awareness of the shoulder blades staying on the back while you walk, while you do yoga, and while you do body work. And then I will show you how that applies to your body work on the table. So let's start with a basic awareness exercise that will train us to use the muscles that draw the shoulder blades on the back, which are the rhomboid muscles between the medial border, the inner border of the shoulder blade, and the spine. It's very much the muscle group that gets trained by rowing. So if you have a rowing practice, that's already a good exercise, but most of us don't. So let's bring our arms out like a cactus, spread your fingers, and have your arms in line with your shoulders. So as you stabilize your core, draw your lower ribs into the spine and your belly button in. See if you can draw your armpit straight back, meaning from your inner deltoid and your outer shoulder blade go back in the same rate. So it looks like that. From here, I go straight back, drawing the root of my arms, meaning the shoulders down and back. So it's very different than just moving the arms, which would look like that. That doesn't do anything for my shoulder alignment here. I'm really finding the muscles between the shoulder blades and the spine. So that one more time. Nice. And then you can bring your arms down for a moment, roll your shoulders, big circles. So one of the things that happens when the shoulder girdle is tight, we want to compensate in other places of the body. So for example, the lower ribs want to pop out, or your chin moves forward while we try to stretch our shoulders back. So these are the two areas to pay attention to. So we stabilize the lower ribs in towards the spine, and we draw the chin in a straight line back. So it's not like this or like that, but straight back. And then we do this movement. So it really isolates those muscles that draw the shoulder blades together. One last time. Good, very good. And then let's come up to standing. Alright, so come to the front of your mats. And then take a big step back. So you could choose any leg, because we'll do that on both sides. When you do it at home, we'll do that on both sides. So the foot position is such that your front foot is straight forward, and your back foot, choose whatever is most comfortable. See how my foot angled in a 45-degree angle. If that's stressful for your knee now as you bring your hips forward, please choose this position of the back foot also pointing forward, so in a raised lunge. Good. These kind of just go a little bit back and forth. This is a very typical massage move. And the wide stance is what we focus in our classes on a lot of the time, because that's the base from where your massaging comes from your lower belly. And we will discuss all of this in the next segment of these practices. Today we will focus on the shoulders. So we will stay in this deeper seat, bending the front knee so we get some energy from our legs. Bring your arms forward straight in front of you. And just notice how if we reach for something, the shoulders tend to round forward. So I reach, and then there's this rounding the shoulders. So we will do the opposite. We'll draw from the fingertips straight back, as if with straight arms, your arms are shortened, more compact and more supported, and that draws the shoulder blade on the back. So find this motion in slow motion. So it's from here, drawing from the fingertips straight back. So now my shoulder blade is really on the back instead of falling off my back. So do that a few times with your breath, full deep breath. if you compress your shoulder blades down first, a lot of yoga teachers will tell you shoulders down the back, which is generally a good thing, but if you do it first, a lot of people will be stuck. So for some of us, we actually need to come up a little bit, lengthen the side body, shrug the shoulders a bit, and then move way back. Beautiful. Last time. Good. Nice. Then back forward. So at home, please do that on both sides. And we will go now to a seated position, practicing a yoga pose that's called Bhugasana, the cow face pose. And we will just focus on the shoulder portion. So please have a comfortable seat. You will see one of our practitioners using a stool. You could have a bolster or a pillow underneath you. And have your straps ready for maybe right by your side. So showing you with the right arm comes up. And you can take a moment to guide your right elbow to the midline, like so. So everybody bring your right arm up. And then you can do it right with the strap, like Perry's doing. And then reach over and draw your arm into the midline. Again, the same areas we'll want to let go and compensate for tightness in the shoulders. So the lower ribs might want to pop out and the chin forward. So draw your chin back and the lower ribs in. So now the other hand, the left hand comes around, palm faces away from your spine, and we crawl out and see if the fingers can interlace, and some of you will, or we will use a strap which looks like this. So I have my strap, and as I get more flexible over time, the distance might shorten. However, the point I'm making today is that I see many yoga students trying to get the hands together prematurely or precociously, because what happens if we don't pay attention to a shoulder alignment, the shoulder will creep forward and really compress and lead to problems impinging the nerves in the brachial nerve plexus or shooting down your arm. So I will show you, instead of being too ambitious catching your arms, your hands, we will create more space, give yourself more space with the strap. So now she has more space, and then if you look at her shoulder from this side, the front shoulder, she will find the length in the side body, taking a deep breath, and then roll the shoulder back. It's the same principle. The shoulder blade now draws on the back, and we keep this place open. The pectoralis minor gets a good stretch, and we don't get into this pattern of hunching forward. Very good. And release. And then at home, please do that on both sides. And then we come one last time to a standing position. Come sideways, long ways on your mat. And bring your props, your pillows for support. So as we apply these techniques as body workers on the table, one of the challenges is that, yes, if your teacher in yoga class says, do exactly that, we will remember, but can we remember when we are in a different position in space, doing a bodywork stretch? Can we remember the shoulder blade on the back? So training our nervous system to remember, we will all now lean forward, hang in the forward fold, so hang forward. And to most yoga students, what happens here is I fall forward and I focus on the deep stretch that I'm getting on my hamstrings or my spine, and I'm letting go, I'm disconnecting my shoulder blades. So if I do this and then freeze myself in space here in my shoulders, see how my shoulders are aligned in this pose. So literally, I'm practicing this kind of reversed shoulder loop that now draws the shoulders forward, exactly what leads to problems. So can we, in the pose, even down here, find that same alignment of the shoulder blades drawing on the back, so the tips of your shoulder blades lift your heart. So down here on the floor it looks like this. So instead of just disconnecting your shoulder blades, we will now draw energy from the hands into the heart and draw the shoulder blades towards each other. So from this, drawing the energy up and bringing the shoulder blades to the midline. So our friends here using support, because for many of us we will not be able to touch the floor, or we will touch the floor when we're disconnected in the shoulders, and then when we align the shoulders, the hands come up. So it's a good use to have pillows or yogic blocks. So the shoulders, so disconnect your shoulders again. So see how the shoulder blades now come to the side and there's a rounding, which is this pattern. So now again engage, so the shoulder blades draw towards each other and on the back. Beautiful. Nice. And then keep that, bring your hands to your hips. Both of you roll your shoulder blades on the back even more, front of your shoulders away from the floor, and then come up. And rebuild your heart beautifully. Nice. Very good. And then really draw the shoulder blade back. Good work. Thank you. Now this is the yoga portion. Namaste. And now we will show you how that